slightly more detailed record book for reading, record book training. Just wanted to include a couple other details that we have available to us, and which helps us plan and see how the students are doing. So you can see for the reading, the oral reading area, and then the higher levels, this would be more stories. In the lower levels, it's really just how they did. 7A is just pointing at words, and so this would indicate that they did it very well. Maybe they said the cat naps, and they were able to keep time with us and say the words clearly. For the other oral reading, the higher levels, maybe, their speed or how well they could read and articulate, sound out words. This would indicate a high level, a medium level, and need some more work. So you can see it in class anyway. At home, if the parents do that for us, then we would indicate that as well. But this is during class when they're with us. If we could indicate how well they did, as well as add notes to the side. So nice pencil skills, good pointing and repetition, and then our initials, so we can tell that as well. For the lower reading levels, just beginners, we do have pencil skill sheets, and there's Z1 and Z2, and they are only 100 worksheets in those. In packs of 10, often we'll do pages of 5 or 10, depending on if they have 1 or 2 subjects and time availability for us. So we always want to look, especially with the lower levels, like below 5A, so 7A, 6A, we want to attach a Z pack for them to practice their pencil skills. Let's see, the other thing that we were wanting to do is when the children have an assessment test. So I put 5A here, it's obviously they're not going to jump from 7A to 5A, but this is 5A, and so we'll indicate it as 5A-assessment test, AT. And after their test, we want to put in their grading. So this was 90 out of 100%, 8 minutes out of 10 minutes. Just some indication there that, yes, they came to class, and this was the results of the assessment test. I don't think I put it on the back, but on the back, we can indicate here too. So this is placement test or assessment test, but we would just circle assessment test. And I'm using a red ink. I don't like to use that. I love this to be in black or pencil, so that it's easier to read. If we put red ink, it gets a little bit harder to see. But we would put their test level. So this would have been like 5A, their grade level. So whether they're kindergarten, first grade, 8th grade, whatever, the date that they actually do the assessment, the time. So if the time indicated is usually like 5 to 10 minutes or something like that for the lower levels. So we would put, 8 minutes out of 10, what their score was, 90 out of 100, 100 out of 100. And then the starting point or group, that is indicated on each test. So that might be 1 through 3. I believe those are the only options. And it will tell you based on the time that they took and their score, which level that they're in, and then any remarks. So if they were not unable to complete it, if they didn't get a decent score, we would just indicate in there. Or if they passed, we'll go ahead and pass it. Or if you don't know, that's fine to do. And on the assessment tests, I don't have one with me right now, but on the assessment test, we'll put your initials if you're doing the testing, so that we know if there's questions that we can go ahead and ask any questions. And I'll do another video on assessment tests as well.